today, yes, today, we find ourselves all equally blessed on this journey through greater and lesser evils. Join us as we explore the hard realities and uncomfortable truths plaguing our society. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and rip this band-aid off together.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's so good to be back right now. We got such a special day for you. I am so very blessed. I'm here with my brothers. You know them. You love them. Let's start with the introduction. The man over here makes Lancelot look like a cuck. The Tank.
What's up?
What? Yeah. He makes Lancelot look like a cuck. He's got his own Queen Guinevere. I think he covered that in one of his episodes. He's got a beautiful queen.
All right.
You have against something against a beautiful queen?
No, I do not have anything against a beautiful queen.
Attacking queens first thing. We love women on this show.
That's right. We love women.
We love powerful women.
We love women.
Yummy.
That's fact.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. My
We're
voice.
Feminists. We're actually feminists.
Because of the movie we're reviewing today, I feel like a little extra bit of a man.
And also joined by my chauvinist friend that we're gonna hit this with, Xavier. How are we doing today, boys?
Nothing but toxic masculinity over here.
Oh, we're gonna funnel it
all
like
day
you
long.
said. The
All day long, baby.
adrenaline's flowing through the room.
Tell what the movie is.
Roadhouse. That's it. This is Roadhouse. Now, this isn't your Patrick Swayze Roadhouse, but we will tap some levels with this. This is your brand new Roadhouse. I think this is... What did you call this Roadhouse?
I think it's actually Brokeback Boxer.
Oh, wow.
It's basically... Because it's got Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that's... this is so toxic, man.
He's never
Heath
getting
Ledger
over
cut
this.
his hair off.
Yeah. No, because, I mean, even the boxer in this is from Montana. This has got to be the prequel to Brokeback Mountain. It's got to be.
Oh, man.
Spoiler!
God.
No?
Oh, man. I didn't even
get
think
a
about that till you said that.
Look, we love everyone equally. We love everyone equally, and everyone has their own choice.
Did I just ruin the movie for
I
you?
did not think about that at all.
This changed my perception on everything, man.
You made a connection that wasn't even there. I didn't even know it was there.
I didn't even have to do a good spoiler this
That
week.
was the fastest spoiler ever, and it trumps like at least 90% of them.
Like,
watch
wow.
the spoiler video.
That's like
it was amazing.
Like, no even lie. It's like I'm trying to put things, but I never saw that coming. Like 100%.
On a totally related note, I have another spoiler for you. You know, Ben Affleck in Gone Girl shows his penis.
So I'm going to be a bad cop. How would you describe that penis?
Well, if having a big penis was an Olympic event, he would have won the gold, silver, and bronze.
J-Lo's a lucky woman.
Xavier doesn't agree. He's like, why is that guy's penis so small?
We didn't even get through the data sheet. We didn't even. So that's how much masculinity is going on today. We're talking about penises. Again, we're an equal honor penis lover. So more power to the penises out there.
Why don't you read him the data sheet?
Speaking to our penis brothers
Get a woman
and our
to read
non-penis
the data
brothers,
sheet.
we still love eunuchs, right? We still love eunuchs.
I guess.
Okay. All right. So be it. Does a eunuch make you jealous? Okay. Good. Positives. All right. Moving into Roadhouse, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Daniela Melchior, who you might have known. She was the rat catcher in Suicide Squad. And I did love her in her bikini all the way through. I mean, at least they decided to keep her in her bikini 90% of her role, so that was positive.
That was the only way we were allowed to have women in this movie.
I didn't know she was a rat catcher.
Yeah,
She was rat catcher in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, okay.
Overly macho on purpose.
I will say, she's not on here. Jessica Williams. Did you guys watch The Daily Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Williams is the owner of the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the chick from The Daily Show.
All right.
I liked her. I think she played a really strong one in a cast that was pure masculinity.
Yeah.
She played a great owner of the bar, and that role was pretty good. With that being said, but again, but what they did give in his first starring role, Conor McGregor, which I won't get on that. That man was great. I loved. Here's my spoiler. This is one of the best man movies that I've ever seen, ever. Written by Anthony Bagarozzi, Chuck Mundry, and R. Lance Hill. Directed by Doug Liman. Doug Liman's in plenty of blockbusters. It's interesting. He came back to do this one.
I think that's a typo. Bagarozzi's a dish at Olive Garden. There's something... Is that really? The tour of Bagarosi, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if anyone's read the summaries that I type in these, I'm sure there's plenty of typos.
Go to an easier
in there,
one. Who directed it?
Doug Liman.
Doug Liman.
That's not easy. The I suck.
Could be.
L's are hard to read sometimes in font. So there's a budget of $85 million with nothing in the box office because it's on Amazon Prime. And because we searched for you, they won an award. You want to guess what award they won? The South by Southwest Audience Award Headliners nominee for Doug Liman.
Wow.
That's
they
something.
legitimately just make something up. That's what it comes down to.
We research rewards for you guys, so you're aware of what's
giving
good
you
out
the
there.
Starbucks on 38th Street award.
For being the only Starbucks on 38th Street. Within a block. Yeah, within a block. Because there's a Starbucks
everywhere.
Yeah, on 39th Street.
Right.
Yeah.
And 37th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, wow. That's legit. That's legit.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this movie before we get too far off track. I'm going to say the one negative thing about it. The one negative saying before, if I see Post Malone walking down the street, I don't see freaking badass cage fight.
Not even close.
Man,
I was thinking the same thing.
Look, you
I
might have
thought
seen
the exact same thing when I saw it. Yeah, I was like, is that a homeless man pretending to be a tough guy? Somebody please get that homeless man a shirt.
Looked like he just woke up from a frat party with all the things that are drawn on his face.
I was expecting to see a penis on the side of his face somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he was the first to pass out.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you now. Yeah.
That's perfectly placed.
Yeah.
I mean, what I do love is what they set up, and it's honestly the same thing that I try to do in every single fight that I've ever been in, or every single fight that I've tried to get out of, is you win a fight before it started. That actually is Sun Tzu. You try to make sure that you set the conditions that you don't have to fight, but you still win. And Jake Gyllenhaal's Dalton character does that just by his persona.
Yeah, the problem I had with that though is that they telegraph the punch to you so hard, and they're like, "Don't fight him because he gets the $500 because he's the baddest of the bad." Like, goddamn, guy. I mean, why don't you just have people, like back away from him or whatnot? Like for me. Dirty Dancing Boy is so much better, because he just walks around with an air of confidence, whereas this guy is like broken.
Yeah.
Back mountain.
He'll never be it right. He'll never be it.
He did.
He did that to himself.
But at least they set up that Dalton was in a bad place when he got a bad offer.
Yeah.
So that sets up at least where she goes in, and watching him get stabbed was probably a little bit too much over the top to start too.
Yeah.
Because if you get stabbed in this area, just for you guys to know, your lungs are right here.
Yeah.
Your kidneys are right
there.
Here. Your liver's
It's
right
there.
here. That's not a good place to get stabbed.
He's not going to go, "Excuse me, sir, you left this in my ribs."
Yeah. I was just like, I get that, he's supposed to be a tough guy, but at the same time, you are about to be poisoned by your own blood. Okay? That's not a thing you can be like, "I'm just going to go ahead and sew this up." No, you can't, sir.
No.
That is a legitimate, no, you cannot.
I'm just going to
You're looking at a knife blade of about 5 inches there, give or take. He's probably went in about 6 to 7 inches inside.
It was
meaning he's next to freaking critical organs.
Yeah.
awful.
I mean, I'm all about fight science. So that's my big thing that I love with this. I know other movies have done fight science first. I know you love The Equalizer. I know that with it.
Absolutely. When he grabs it, it's like a pressure point and whatnot. He goes, if I go to a 4, you're going to shit your pants. And I believed him. I absolutely believed him. Unlike in this movie when, Jake Gyllenhaal is just kind of like, "I just ruptured one of your testicles. It's resulting in a blockage of your vas deferens, and it's going to fill your lungs up with semen. But I wheezed the hospital for you. It's 20 minutes that way."
Honestly,
I was like, "Come on, man, you're not a badass."
I just added my worst way to die. Choking on semen in my lungs is the worst way to die.
Thank you for that, Ron.
Thank you for that. No, I'm just saying.
I hated that so much.
Yeah.
You know what? We talked about fears that are not fears. Now I'm going to have a fear that I'm going to choke on semen in my sleep. Thanks. I appreciate that.
About to have Efron.
Oh my
I'm just throwing that. You kept missing the point. by Zac Efron.
High School Musical killed me. That's great. Oh man.
I'm never gonna look at Zac Efron the same way ever again.
Exactly.
Zac Efron looks like the thing that connects my nuts to my dick.
It's not right. It's not right at all.
I don't think that's right at all.
It's not right. It's not right, man. I'm just saying that.
I'm never, but like, oh, you cut the Zac Efrons, when you have a vasectomy. Is that? I don't know.
Wait, do you shave your Zac Efron?
I don't know.
Moving away from Zac Efron,
Okay.
I got a Western feel out of this. Like, over the male toxicity, you got that male Western.
So macho.
Yeah.
The only way all they did was combine like Western rap, jazz, all the things that men like. They basically made like a Dagwood sandwich of music.
Yeah, music, yeah.
I got hungry.
And they're like, ooh, this is about as manly. I mean, how much more manly can you get?
Exactly. It's just weird. Like I said,
Behind
it ends
the
up to be
fence.
in Key West, like Florida. That's what I'm saying, in the Keys. Because like I said, it's the only place it didn't belong.
No,
It is
not at all.
Like it itself didn't belong there, but I mean, okay, I'm gonna go with it. You know what I mean? You have to go like, all right, I'm just gonna go with this.
Well,
I'm gonna ride with it, and okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's break some bottles.
Yeah. Listen to
back
smooth jazz.
Yeah.
We're gonna break some bottles. Listen to smooth styling jazz.
Drink
Like,
my
all right.
coffee while everybody else fights. So again, I think
Where are
there's
people coming from?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
plot hole again though too. You're right. Again, these idiots come out of nowhere. Like, what is this, goon for hire shit? I do
Yeah.
like the one idiot that likes the hospital's 25 minutes away. Actually, yeah, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I do like that. That was a little satire in there, and I can appreciate that. 'Cause
They
I don't
appreciate
mean-
that.
They at least didn't take themselves too seriously.
Right.
But the overall plot of his dad was a drug cartel lord. He owned that land, and now you can't go back and friggin' figure out you have money. You have all the money in the world. Even with that money that he intercepts in the end thing, this dude's going about it the wrong way.
That was kind of my problem. Like when they're on the boat, and everybody's just so overly macho, and every time. He's kind of saying something tough to his crew, but then he gets a little nick from the razor, and he's like, if this was supposed to be a legitimately overly macho movie, every time somebody cut me, I wouldn't have flinched. I would have just thrown that barber off the boat.
Exactly.
And then the next one scared, coming up, like I would have just had a row of barbers because they know I do this every week, as I'm getting my shave.
That's my kicks.
Or even more
Batman kicks.
hardcore, he just lets the blood run down because it
yeah.
makes the shave, and say something like it makes the shave smoother.
Or I make my own blood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
whatever.
it makes the shave more smooth.
So many.
Hurry up with this shave
Yeah.
so I can feed my sugar glider.
Yeah.
And I
Like
know-
this guy's such a gross
Yeah.
little sissy.
Yeah.
Honestly, in an overly masculine movie, I just can't, relate
You can't take
to
him
this.
serious.
Yeah.
You can't take him serious. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
yeah.
not a good villain,
Yeah,
in a macho movie.
And
He's
that's
not
why
macho.
I know everyone's hating on Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor did play Conor McGregor. I agree with you 100% on that.
I love Conor McGregor in this, and what I love about Conor McGregor is, if you think he has acting chops, he really doesn't. This is actually who he is in real life.
In real
There's
life.
footage of him out there
Yeah.
being uncontrollable and things like this. So all they really did was, throw a couple of sacks of money at him and just be like, "Here, man, just say stuff."
Yeah.
And here he goes. And what I love is when you look at him, he is an actual badass. He is an actual macho man.
Yeah.
That every other man, deep down wants to that's in us.
Yeah.
And that's why a movie like this really does resonate with men, that even though on the surface we want to tell women like, "Oh, we're a little more sensitive today." No, we're not. At the end of the day, we're hiding that. When our women go, somewhere else, we do that.
Yeah.
And I do love that Brokeback Mountain decided that he was going to let Conor McGregor take those leads in the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Because literally what we saw was that explosion
absolutely.
of everything with that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, you have pretty muscles and you have functional muscles.
I love the difference too, because you can totally tell that Conor McGregor has real working muscles. Yeah. You know, he's still in incredible shape, and he's got the oblique muscles and all the things. For this dude. And Jake Gyllenhaal, you know, he went from Jack Twist to Jack Fist. I love that he's really tough. Like, to give him that real, in this, you know. But you can tell that those are Hollywood muscles. Yeah. You know, the separations in his abs have never really taken a punch. It doesn't look like to me anyway. Yeah. You know, whereas it looks like somebody's physique like Conor McGregor and yours, like it was forged.
Yeah, like somebody been hitting him with sticks in the stomach. You're supposed to hit him with sticks.
Absolutely.
Like through the abdomen. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I liked. I will say the parts I do like, it is the Conor McGregor parts, because it is so over the top. Yeah, because it's supposed to be over the top.
He's very animated.
It's supposed to be over the top.
Very animated in this, you know, and he does play that perfectly.
Like 5 times. The first time I swing the golf club, it breaks. Look, I spend thousands of dollars a year on golf clubs that I break. That golf club's breaking in seconds, guys. That's not.
No, that golf club's made out of adamantium. That's why. Oh man, it never broke. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. No, yeah. Doesn't break.
You put Wolverine in that movie, I'm going to watch it even more. I'm just saying. So you go forward with the plot. He gets in his first badass scene. I did like the camaraderie. It was almost like a fight scene, and he did the most disturbing thing. And if anyone ever had this happen to you in your life, they were fucking with you. If a dude slaps another dude, it is the most disrespectful thing you can ever do to them.
Punch me.
So I love
punch me. Don't slap me.
Oh yeah.
Don't slap me. Punch me.
Knock my teeth out.
I need that scar. Yeah. I need that, like, because it gets slapped is like, you might as well just kill me. Oh yeah, you gotta kill me. Yeah. Slap me. I'm saying it right now.
That's the equivalent in the NBA of getting nut dunked on. With the posterized. Absolutely. Oh. You know, in a bar fight, getting an open hand with some baby powder.
Oh man, yeah.
I would never show my face in that town ever again.
You can't.
Yeah, no way.
Not because it was not just one slap; it was like 5.
And now I'm trying to be macho afterwards. Like, it didn't hurt that bad. Let's go get some frozen yogurt because I'm lactose intolerant. Like these stupid macho. You know, none of the phrases work for me.
No, I get it. But you know what? Listening to you say that, though, it does identify to me why the guy wants to kill him so bad. The one that gets ate by the crocodile, we'll talk about in a second. You have to kill him because he took your manhood from you. What else you gonna do at that point?
Yeah, in public, I say you had better kill me.
Yeah,
like straight up. You can't slap me and walk away. That's not a thing. Unless you're a female, you better not slap me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And walk away.
I would rather you put another knife in my ribs on both sides. You know, turn me into a rotisserie chicken. You know, on a spitter. There's no way I would want any other way.
You know what the worst part is? I saw your joke coming before you got there, and I couldn't not laugh before you got there because I'm literally fixing you like this. Wow. So I do like that he offers to take him. I know both of you have had, I said you've had issues with this. I do like the humor that he takes him to the hospital afterwards. It just shows that, again, they're not taking themselves too seriously. Yeah. This is a guy's movie.
Super tough guy with the super tough guy move. And there have been, you know, bar fights and things, you know, where, you know, you win however you want to win, and then you pick the guy up, you put him on a bar stool, and you buy him a beer afterwards. I do like the sentiment, because I've done that. You know, I've certainly not won all my bar fights, let me tell you. But, you know, when these kind of things happen, like I do like the humor, you know, of you know, beating the shit out of somebody and then driving them to the hospital. I do think that is kind of a funny.
It's like a Ryan Reynolds scene, right? Yeah. Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Jake Gyllenhaal in every single movie he's in with that.
So. I like him like that.
I think with that being said, it goes forward, and then they meet his love of his life. And again, as you saw before, we talked, at least she's in a bikini most of the scene because she's a good actress, and they really don't give her enough time to really expand.
But the tough guy, that doesn't work for me. Like, you don't want to get to know a guy like me.
I've done things.
And I've done things in life. Stuff. I've been up the mountain. You know? I don't know.
And it was a rough ride.
Yeah.
You might not be into the things that I'm not really sure where to go with this.
Like, what are these things you into,
But
man?
even what I love about a movie like this, though, is like if you allude, like, women always tame the savage beast, you know, and I think that's what actually gives women power, you know, is they just have this magic about them that even the machoist man, and that's why women actually go for these macho men, because they go, oh, I bet I could tame him, you know, and I bet I could get him to be a little soft with me.
I could fix him.
Yeah. Every woman has, you know, every woman needs a project.
Yeah.
You know,
a project relationship.
Yeah.
I at least like that. Well, here's another spoiler for you, I guess, if you didn't see one coming. They're going to make a sequel to this. If he stays, there's no sequel.
real?
They're going to make
Wow.
it. Yeah. They made enough money off this already. It's been number one on Netflix for forever. They're going to make a
Amazon.
sequel.
Amazon.
it's on. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's
Amazon,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Even for look, I got
It
punched
was-
in the head too many times while watching it.
You got a bar fight watching it.
I had to feel
Yeah,
the
he was
movie,
all
man.
by himself too.
Off the top rope.
Science, fight science stuff. But again, I love, but he did it in such a way that he talked about, like, the dude broke his trigger finger. Here's the thing. You can still squeeze a gun with these other fingers. You see what I'm doing right here?
Not
you
in the
see how they're
movie.
still moving? You don't need this finger to... Unnecessary, right?
Well, he broke a few of them.
No, he broke this.
I could have sworn he broke more than one.
No,
he only broke one.
Yeah.
He only broke one finger.
Oh, he's dead.
And here's
Yeah.
the thing. I can shoot a handgun with my other hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Just extra stuff with that. I do want to ask you, though, this is one of the things that resonated with me, and you're our resident boat expert.
Uh-oh.
Tell me about boat dreams. So he talks about how
Oh.
boat dreams are all messed up.
No,
Tell me about these boat
No,
dreams.
it's like they're amazing. Like you sleep like a baby. You have like
You got that ebb and flow of the
it's
water
the ebb and
moving
flow of the
you.
water moves back and forth. I think it even mimics. I think the
Rocking
concept
my
of,
baby.
Yeah, it's mimicking being still and being inside a womb. So that's the whole thing about, like, that's why you sleep so deep when you're on the ship or you're on a boat, especially a small boat. A small boat, I imagine the dreams would be amazing because you feel every little rock. Yeah, it would be even better because the bigger ships, you know, they sway a little bit slower, but the smaller ones, man, you'll probably love it.
Yeah.
Going to sleep in a way.
Even with the crocodile sitting right there next to you?
Well, that's a whole nother thing already. I'm saying that because that's a crocodile and it's waiting to eat you.
Yeah.
You get, cause
Like-
that crocodile was a little too.
I got some Peter Pan.
Yeah, I was
next
going
to
to
me.
say, it gave me Peter Pan vibes,
Yeah, I said it,
you know. And that's kind of the
Yeah.
problem that I have with lazy writing is, you know, they keep taking the best parts of other movies and just kind of mashing them together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, it's no excuse.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
Lazy writing. It is like I think I call it it's the reason why you don't want to watch movies now.
Yeah.
Because of lazy writing.
And again, here's another PSA: don't get close to someone shooting. No one, if you have a gun on someone, you don't have to be inches away from them. That gun does work.
Yeah.
You know,
From
the further
distance,
you
yeah.
get back away from each other.
Yeah, it's not a sword.
Yeah.
Or a spear.
But that's kind of my problem with this Dalton versus Patrick Swayze's Dalton. You know, this guy's finishing move seems to just be monologuing dumb shit. I'm gonna stub your toe, you know, but like Patrick Swayze ripped your throat out. He could rip your throat
did.
out.
Yeah, he did. You know,
Isn't
know,
that how he
that was
hit
the
the
finishing
blast
move,
box? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy basically sounds like he's making you a frittata. You know, every time he's trying to
We're gonna add a
monologue
little bit of
something.
cheese with the eggs.
This is how you saute squash.
Just a little bit of spinach.
So he was Julia Child and Patrick Swayze mixed together.
You know,
Yeah.
no, I just think that you know, you should have just put Conor McGregor in that role,
Yeah.
you know, and just let him do Conor McGregor
Yeah.
things.
Honestly, and you're gonna get mad at me for this. If you put John Cena in the Marine, John Cena's character, just the way John Cena
Yeah.
played that character, and put him in Jake Gyllenhaal's role there,
Yeah.
I think you get a much more. And to
Yeah.
me, this was an amazing movie, but you get an even better product because you actually get a man's man in the freaking role and not someone
Yep.
that's playing tough. And
Yeah.
people that are tough can tell when you're
Yeah,
playing,
playing
tough.
tough.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
That's
Even
a big
Patrick
difference.
Swayze, I put that Tai Chi scene in there. That dude did some serious training for this movie.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal just worked out. He showed up, worked out, and fucking looked pretty.
Yeah.
But I mean, so be it. I mean,
Well,
take
mission
photos.
accomplished, honestly.
Yeah, he did. Again,
You
I
know.
don't. You're right. I don't want to hate on that.
Yeah, because
He
that
did
takes a
an
lot of
amazing
effort.
job.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
It
takes
really
a
does.
crazy amount of effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
From someone that loves getting fat instead of working out, I have no
man.
right of being able to say
You
anything
have
with that
no
being said.
idea.
But love him there too. I also think it's weird. She takes him to Middle Ocean to have sex with him. if you're gonna take me a boat in the middle of nowhere and we're gonna go have sex on a dune,
Take it another level. She takes him on her ex's boat to the middle of nowhere.
Gangster.
Yeah, and then tells him, like, "Oh no, he's also a cop."
Oh yeah.
You're like, "Wait, what?"
By the way,
Yeah.
we seem to be having a trend of cupness in some of these movies. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's like a level to this. It's like next level. Like, I don't think I could ever trust this woman. Like 100%. Like, I could never trust. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if you can call it love of your life because I could never trust her.
Yeah.
No,
She just stole a person's boat.
That's
Like,
why I think it's perfect when they end the movie. She's like, just go, Dalton. There's no reason. There's no emotional attachment.
Yeah.
At least in the first Roadhouse, there was an emotional attachment to the two of them that I think that they actually had a long-lasting relationship. This was a roll in the hay.
Yeah.
fling.
Because she's so strong. Yeah. She's so independent. Why does she need anyone? She's just as dark as he is. Except for she never had to fight anybody. Because, oh, I'm sorry, your dad actually was the problem in this town. Yeah.
I'm going to give them an idea for a sequel that is going to make me mad about this. She becomes the bouncer in the next one. She gets ripped and she starts fucking throwing people around left and right.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would watch
She took a weekend MMA class and just all of a sudden
she's just so much better.
No,
way
Pilates.
better. Yeah.
No, not MMA. She took Pilates. Pilates kills people.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Death by Pilates.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst way to go.
She's gonna be filling all kinds of people's lungs with semen from kicking them in the nuts.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't give me dreams.
She could
I'm gonna
have
have boat
that
dreams on
finishing
that.
move.
Yeah, she'd be Zac Efron and everybody.
I'm seriously scared about that shit, guys.
That's her finishing move. Is just making sure they can't procreate. So he just rips out their Zac Efrons.
I'll do a short one in my therapist's office talking about dying from semen from this. Great. Just because of you, man. I love you. I'm the have-nots here. You ever had any issues with some crooked cops, some dumb shit, anything like that you can attest to where you can maybe make this a parallel in real life?
I never had a Michael Knight moment. I'm saying that right now.
All right.
Michael Knight moment. Kit, this is the whole premise of
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
This is the
Okay.
entire
Rider.
premise of Knight Rider.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Solve this
Dude,
problem.
that's real.
This is
Without the
complete.
car.
This is complete Michael Knight with no kit car. Like gets on a bus and leaves town.
Yeah.
So the next movie, if it was another, he can't even come back to the town. He has to now be a traveling person who wanders and fixes problem.
Kind of
But
like a
without
Western.
kit.
Traveling
Kinda like a
badass.
Western.
Yeah.
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 Without a cool car.
Without a cool car. That's right.
That would have been fun if you had a cool car.
Monologuing dumb punches
What if
in
Kit
every town.
What if Kit would have attacked Conor McGregor? I'm gonna see Conor McGregor in this car. I'm gonna see that
My
Carzilla.
money would be on Conor McGregor,
I'll say that,
honestly.
yeah, 100%.
You guy's a maniac in
He
all
is.
the best ways.
Yeah.
He's fighting again soon too. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
I think there's a third saga with him and Diaz or someone like that, but that'll be on the screen too. Also, this you won't like me when I'm angry. Yeah, you probably heard that in a movie.
Hulk did it first. You know, you're taking all the best lines from other movies.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
I'm surprised. You know that he didn't go like, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." You know, somewhere in the damn. You know, it's just so. Ugh. Just stick to the macho stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Which to me drove the entire. I loved every single
whole-
macho scene.
right.
I'm hating on this, but I'm going to surprise you when we get to the end when I tell you how much I really love this because it hit things that I may not even be proud of here. But I want to ask you both here. There's really nothing to wrap up. There's a lot of fights. All the fight scenes are epic.
Yeah.
Whoever coordinated that again,
Yeah,
Conor McGregor put
Yeah.
his 2 cents in.
It's just adrenaline packed.
Yeah.
You know.
It should have just been 40 minutes of fight
Yeah.
scene. Like you don't even need a storyline. Like I just hate that they tried to feed us a story that legitimately didn't make any sense because all you really wanted was to see them fight and do like
it's kind of Fast and the Furious, you know, at the end, you know, when even in one of those there's like an airport scene where they're, you know, and if you really actually look at it, that runway would have been like 30 miles long in order to do the things that they did. Yeah. You know,
you mean shift like 90 times? Like it's like
you don't have a 90 speed?
1,000 speed transmission? Yeah, I mean like you gotta downshift one more time.
5 speeds in reverse, you know? Last time I checked, you know, I mean these kind of nonsensical things, you know, when you look at that, you know, it's kind of like that for me, you know, if you're gonna absolutely, because cavemen don't even need to turn their brain off. We don't have a brain, so we're just watching it and going ooh and ah, you know, and things are smashing, you know, and people are getting thrown around. Yeah, you know, if this is, you know, not to be taken seriously. This is the equivalent of the Barbie movie for men. I really believe, and that's why I think it's actually doing as well as it is, because no matter how progressive, men like to say they are, deep down inside, we still like to be macho. We still like to fix things. We still like to punch. We still like to smash things, and that's why, when all of our women, went to wherever, had a ladies' night, we turned this movie on.
This will be on TBS.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yep.
Where we don't want to really portray that this is who we are, but deep down inside, we've got a little wolf that likes to howl from time to time, and this movie howled for us, and that's why you see that it's doing so well.
Points. I can see TBS, TNT. That movie comes on.
Yeah.
I've said there's movies I'm never going to watch again. I'll watch this in the background hundreds of times. Just because it'll hit that spot, and maybe I'll notice some little quip that I didn't notice before, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Until my wife walks in, and then I put Family Ties back on, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Alex Keaton. I wasn't watching that.
So we rarely get a chance to say who did it better. We did it in the Superman tribute, but we're going to do it here too. I want to ask you both, which Roadhouse is better for you?
Oh, the first one. No, hands down, the first one.
It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be the first one. Because at least it had I'm not saying the storyline was that much better, but I mean, he wasn't a traveling hobo.
No, not at all.
He wasn't,
exactly.
and that's my whole issue. Like, there's no way he could be fighting every week and then still be this impoverished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that even Patrick Swayze is a little more believable as a Billy Badass. Even with his nipple high jeans that they used to wear in the 80s, pulled all the way up, past the rib cage. It's just the style, even with his, the hair and he just looked tougher to me.
The Mercedes-Benz SL sold it for me at the Roadhouse.
Yeah.
The first one, he rips off the...
even
you
cooler.
See that he's not actually impoverished the whole time?
Yep.
I was expecting that to happen like in this movie at some point, but I was like, oh no, he really is like poor. Like legitimately, not just kind of sort of. He is like legitimately poor.
But can't you appreciate the come up story with that, where he's broken? And
well, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do like that, they tried to soften him up because, he doesn't ever want to let his monster out again because the last time it did, it killed his friend. So he's got to keep it caged, and that's why he's so conflicted on the inside.
Because things bad happen. Things go bad when I get angry. They go bad.
Right.
Because his life is now threatened. Yeah. Like legitimately threatened.
Yeah.
You'll think that this is the actual time.
Yeah, that's why he turned vegan because meat used to give him the rage.
Exactly.
He used to give me the meat rage.
Like if
now I'm all gluten free. It's just
fighting a bar full of people is not the time to let it out. I don't know when.
Makes me want to talk like this. That's my tough guy voice. My wife doesn't like it.
Jake Gyllenhaal is just like, it almost seems like he doesn't want to be there. He shows up to the club when he wants to show up to the club. Dalton was invested in the success of that owner. He's just getting paid some money to show up and go, hey, I'm here.
And then he teaches a couple of other people to try to be badasses, and then they have that cute little lift with your legs, Like, dude,
There's a montage,
none of those, right? Throw him through a wall.
Yeah.
Give me something a little more macho than lift with your legs.
But one of the most realistic things that I loved in any bar fight that I've been in, the band doesn't stop. The band doesn't get off stage. As long as you got the chick, the band keeps playing on. Like, that's great. And I would love either one of you in a bar fight. I'm going to wrap this up. Any cool bar fight, any fight story? Not that fighting's wrong. Fighting is the worst thing you can do. The fight's the last thing you do. But when you have to get there, it's story time. What do you guys got?
Oh, God. I can't give you anything on any of these things. I have children.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I can appreciate that.
I was gonna go.
I'm wanted in 9 states still. There's just you can't put a guy on a spot like this.
He doesn't have a driver's license right now because of his wanted status. He's trying to he's trying to let them know Florida is after him right now. Like, he can't go to Florida right now. Can't go to Florida. That's right. Like, what is with that? Yeah, Florida knows.
Yeah,
man.
they know.
No. I was gonna go off topic anyway, because my whole going off topic was this movie is an example of this thing called the stalled century, right? And I call it stalled century. This just to think about this for a second, for all you out there, just a little bit of thinking. All right, stalled century being that they keep bringing these movies back, right? Because if you think to yourself, this could have been any other movie. I mean, I want to say this legitimately could have been any other movie, and yet they still chose to call this movie Roadhouse. Now, Roadhouse wasn't like some commercial success to start off with. You know, when it was like came out, it wasn't like,
I'll
you
have
know,
to look that up. That'll be on the.
Yeah,
I think it made some money though.
No, I'm saying like it made money, but at the same time, I mean, think about it, that was a deep pull. You know, like the name Roadhouse, that was super deep. They could have come up with any other name, any other franchise. Like I said, this could have even been a Michael Knight. You know what I'm saying, a Knight Rider movie. You want to like go there, right? But the reason why I bring up the concept of style century is because, like, why do they keep bringing this? Let's say they being either the industry or what? Because like it's like the Mustang EV, right? Why couldn't you come up with another name for the Mustang EV? Yet you still call it the Mustang. It could have been called Tornado, Torino, whatever the case is. They have all these other names they could have used, and yet they still choose the term Mustang. This movie is one of those things where it just makes you question, why do they keep bringing this back? Not like no one is saying you don't like, not about the movie itself. This has actually nothing to do with the movie. It's just the concept of it's like someone's trying to stop time or trying to stop like progress moving forward. They're trying to keep you in a state of you call it suspended animation, or the other term is called arrested development. All right, so arrested development, just bring this out. Arrested development is when like you as a grown person are stuck in like the state of a child, in a childhood state, right? Now, I'm not saying this is what this movie is for. What I am saying, on the other hand, is that I just don't understand why they call this Roadhouse. That's all I will say. Unless it is, go ahead.
And for me, in that same vein, I really feel like it was because people remembered it, you know, from the 80s. And if what they're trying to reach is an audience, you know, between 30 and 50, you know, that, you know, maybe a little bit past their prime, but still have that primal need to see things smashed, you know, and still have a little bit of, you know, macho, you know, and they want to watch it on the screen, but but they don't want to do it. Yeah, you know,
I knew he was about to say that.
Is kind of what I'm seeing, and you cash in on the name. You use the same thing because that was a popular movie. I think it was in the either late 80s or early 90s when Roadhouse came out. 85, Patrick Swayze, 85. You know, was super hot in the market. He was a hot commodity. I'm sorry, was that a Freudian slip over here by the tank? I have a man crush. Got a little man crush going on my Dirty Dancer. I wish he would pick me up and, you know, I did actually, after watching Ghost, though, I did buy a pottery wheel, and I have a Ouija board to try to get him to do that with me. I do. But you know, when you look at those kind of things, you know, and it's an A-lister versus A-lister, you know, and Jake Gyllenhaal looks terrific. His physique is incredible, you know, in this, and you know, a lot of men, you know, probably look at that and go like, yeah, I should probably do some more sit-ups, you know.
True, and hopefully it did inspire people to, you know, not go get in bar fights, even though, you know, if you did, leave comments in below how well it worked. I'd love to hear stories about your bar fights. With that being said, we're going to take it over to the squeeze and the test. We're going to grip tight. Since it's manly, we're going to grip really tight. Who wants to take a stab at this first?
Well, as much shit as I talked about this movie, I am actually going to give it a sensational.
Oh, wow.
And the reason for that is because it's a guilty pleasure for men. This is no different than Barbie was for women. You know, this is kind of like I almost feel like it's a retaliatory to the women going like, yeah, you know, and sticking it to, you know, to men for once, you know. Okay. And here's men on the other side going, you don't want to play this game with us, you know. It's that's why, like, when you see, you know, you're gonna sit down with beer and nachos and you're not gonna clean any of it up, you know, when you're done, and then your wife's gonna make you sleep on the couch because she's gonna be like, look, it was just a fucking movie. Stop. Don't act like that in real life. But deep down, that guy is in most men still. You know, it doesn't mean that we want him to come out, but seeing it on the screen is an incredible stress reliever, you know, because we go like, yeah, somebody out there is still a super tough guy like that, you know, and doing the things that we know we would never do. You know, I think we're a little more reserved, but confident in ourselves that we could make violence anytime we wanted. But seeing it on the screen, you know, in a very animated way is thoroughly entertaining to men.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it insipid. I know. Right. I just think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think you can put this movie on, you can let it play, and you legitimately turn your brain off, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's perfect background. You don't even need to know what happens in this movie. You're really just waiting for them to fight. Like there is no purpose in dialogue in this movie because none of it makes sense. And there you go.
So everything that Tank said is completely true, and I'm that guy. And somewhere beyond these mounds of fat that I've put on top of me, there's a little Jake Gyllenhaal somewhere in me. With a little
Did
Conor
you eat
McGregor.
him?
Yeah, I ate him and Conor McGregor. Call me Blob.
A twofer.
Hey, if there's two men you can eat, I mean, that's a good sample.
It was a buy one, get one free. Yeah.
With that being said, it triggers something in me that it's primal, it's masculine. It's just something about it that I just enjoy. Every quip, everything with it. Yeah, the crocodile scene. Just it's an intensity gauge that keeps raising itself higher and higher and higher until a dumb fight scene in the end that just got so far out of control. I just wanted one of them to kill both of them, or the freaking ceiling to fall in on both of them and just end the damn movie. With that being said, it's an immaculate to me. I don't. It hits that place, guys. It hits that place.
I
know people are going to hate on me for it.
Yeah.
It hits that place deep inside of me. I'm not proud of it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
My therapist is going to hear about semen and immaculate. So we're going to go with
Immaculate
that.
semen in that order.
Ooh, the immaculate semen. I like that. Where are we putting on the best of show?
Let's put this right above Barbie because that's where man belongs. It's on top of a woman. This fucking.
I can't argue with
Look,
that. Are you
it's
gonna,
just overly macho on purpose.
Roadhouse.
It's overly macho on purpose. It can't be taken that seriously.
Exactly.
I'm okay if it's on top or on bottom, but near Barbie because it's very similar. You know, in the type of jokes. You know, the type of the Barbie was appealing to women because there were a lot of women issues in there, and I think that Roadhouse is appealing to men because of the exact same reasons.
Fair. I don't know. Maybe below Leave the World Behind. No, that's I think it's even Ricky Stenicki.
okay.
I think it's even Ricky Stenicki.
I'll have to look to see where it actually averages
Yeah.
because I'm not doing the math in my head right now because, again, I got punched in the face to get prepared for this. And I'm not functioning at a higher level anyway right now. So we'll put it somewhere in the screen in that being said. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're all going to take some showers here, get this toxic masculinity off of us. It was a great trip with you, as always. Thank you for joining us. We're going to come back next week with some more content. We haven't decided which ones we're going to bring up, but we're going to bring you something. We're going to bring thought-provoking. We're going to bring entertainment. We're going to bring all those things you love from us. Thank you for everything, guys. You got anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, we're how many subscribers now? 8,500.
Yeah, we were at the 8,500.
Oh yeah,
That's insane.
it's so
Can't
incredible.
believe that.
Everybody, I mean, we're growing and growing. You know, and I can't thank you enough. My wife's gonna take me out to dinner. No, I'm serious because she didn't know like this was really going on and whatnot. And she said Arby's are better, so I'm so excited. I know, right?
You get the curly fries.
No coupons either.
That's it.
I don't have to be
I know.
equal or lesser value. This is amazing. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for being there with us.
We bow down to you.
Thank you so much. I can't top that. I can't top that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
On that note, then,
I can't top that.
see you another time.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you.